Hello everybody, and welcome. This is the Shy Hat, that's me, and this is HackerFrogs. Alright, so everybody, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on two different topics today. Of course, the primary topic, the main topic for today's stream is going to be Hack the Box. We've been working through Hack the Box starting point machines for the last, month or so. A little bit more than that, maybe 6 weeks. And we've been working our way through all of the beginner level machines over at the website. And today we're going to be continuing on with that journey. And we're going to be working through this machine over here, which is called Vaccine. So I've taken the liberty of starting up the machine already because sometimes the machines take quite a while to spin up. But before we get started, I want to go over what different technologies and techniques we're going to be applying in today's workshop. So first, let me make this text a little bit bigger so that we can better see it. All right, so over here, under Vaccine, we have Vulnerability Assessment, Databases, Custom Applications, Protocols, Source Code Analysis, Apache, PostgreSQL, FTP, PHP, Reconnaissance, Password Cracking, Pseudo Exploitation, SQL Injection, Remote Code Execution, Clear Text Credentials, and Anonymous/Guest Access. So these are the different things we're going to be encountering in today's exercise. So we've already connected to the machine, and I guess this is rather large, so I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, just a little bit. Okay. All right, so we have our IP address right here. What we need to do is we need to click on this, and then the IP address will be saved to our clipboard, and we can continue on with our scans. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we have connection to the machine, and we can do so with the ping command, which is ping and then -C4 for 4 counts. That means 4 ping packets will be sent to this IP address, and we see that we receive ping packets back, which means we have access to the machine. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we want to conduct an Nmap scan. So we're going to conduct 2 Nmap scans. The first one will be to determine which ports are open on the machine, and the second one is going to further enumerate the open ports. So the Nmap command is as follows. So it's going to be Nmap and then -p- to scan all open ports, -vv for very verbose output, and -t4 for 4 threads, meaning that we're going to be going rather quickly, but not super quickly. And then we're going to paste in our IP address that we got earlier. And we're going to fire off this scan just like this. And immediately we get 3 open ports available on the machine. We have port 22, we have port 21, and we have port 80. So port 22 is associated with SSH. Port 21 is associated with FTP, and port 80 is associated with HTTP, which means that there is a web server on that open port. All right, so while we're scanning over here, we can do some manual enumeration of these ports. Okay, so manual enumeration. First, let's try manual enumeration of port 21, which is the FTP port. So over on another tab, we can do FTP and then paste in our IP address. So this is going to let us log into FTP. So if we have a login prompt over here, we can try anonymous login. So we would enter the username anonymous, and then the password would also be anonymous. Okay, so that seems to have worked. So anonymous/guest access, this is one of the tags under the machine, and it seems that we are in. All right, so we're in FTP now. So we have to give FTP commands Fortunately, FTP commands are very similar to regular Linux commands. So we just have to use ls, and then we see that there is something inside the directory here. There's a file called backup.zip. So to download this file, we just have to use the get command. So it would be get backup.zip. And while we're in the FTP terminal here, we can use tab autocomplete to autocomplete the file name. So get backup.zip, and that allows us to download the file. So we've downloaded backup.zip, and we can now exit. There's nothing else in this directory here. Of course, we could always try doing cd ... to see if we can escape the directory that we're in. Unfortunately, we cannot. So we're just going to exit. All right, so now let's take a look at what is in this directory. So we've got our backup.zip file over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over to the temporary directory because I don't want this file here to commingle with the rest of my file system. So I'm going to do mv backup.zip, and then I'm going to put it in temp, and then I'm going to navigate to the temp directory. So it's here. So to unzip this file, all we need to do is use the unzip command. So unzip backup.zip, and it's going to ask for a password. So unfortunately, we don't have the password right now, so we're going to back out of this. Okay? So now that we've backed out, what we could do for this particular zip file is we could try to crack the password. So zip files that are password protected can be cracked using the John the Ripper program. And Tate asks, how to open hack app dis I want to use. I'm not sure what you mean about the hack app. Are you talking about this website right here? So this is Hack the Box. So Hack the Box is a learning platform. So you can create an account over at hackthebox.com. And if you do so, you could probably follow along with us. So just go over to that website over there and create yourself an account. So after you've created an account, let me know and I can help you out, and maybe we can help you access this machine and you can follow along with us. All right, so let's get back to it. So we could probably crack the password that's associated with the backup.zip file with a program called John the Ripper. So the first thing we need to do is we need to extract the password hash from this file, and that's going to be done with the file with the program called zip to John. So it's zip to John and then backup.zip, and we're going to output we're going to redirect the output of this operation right here to this file called backup.hash. So it doesn't need to be backup.hash, you can name it whatever you want, but that's what I'm going to name it. Okay, so we're going to run John to zip, and what it's going to do is that it's going to create a hash file out of that's going to extract the hash from the backup.zip file into this file right here, backup.hash. So we see that backup.hash is in the directory now. If we were to try to read backup.hash, it would look like this. So it looks like, so the type of hashing is indicated right here. This is a pkzip file, or a pkzip hash rather. And what we can do is we can use the John the Ripper program on this hash to try to determine what the password was. So we can do so with the following command. So I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to use John for John the Ripper. And Yonggyun Cho just subscribed. Thank you very much, Yonggyun Cho. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so it's going to be John, and then we need to supply a word list for a number for possible passwords. So the password on Kali Linux, which is what I'm using right now, is going to be at user share word lists rocku.txt. So rocku.txt is a common list used for password enumeration, and it contains something like 5 million different passwords. And we're going to compare this against the hash and see if we get a hit. So we're going to use it on this file right here, backup.hash. So it's John, and then the word list, and then backup.hash. So we run that. Okay, so I think it's because I've used this before. I'm going to really quickly look up how to use John the Ripper, and so I'm going to ask ChatGPT, how do you use John the Ripper and show password hashes that have already been cracked? Okay, so I've already cracked this before, so I'm going to try to look at this again. Okay, so I'm going to need to use this extra flag right here, which is called show. So I'm going to run this. Is this not the? It's not the one. John show. Okay, so this is the result over here. So John, I've previously cracked this password using John, and John found that this was the password right here. So the password for this zip file is going to be this number right here, and that's the password. So we can use this as the password, and I'm just going to copy this, and then I'm going to try unzipping the backup.zip file again. So it's unzip backup.zip, and then I'm going to supply the password. I'm going to paste it in, and then I'm going to inflate. Okay, so it says inflating index.php and inflating style.css. So, but there are two files that have been obtained here. So we see that index.php could have some interesting information in it. So could style.css, but more likely index.php, which is likely the index page for some website. So we know that we found a website with nmap over here. So nmap is nearly done, but it found port 80 on this machine over here, which means that there's potentially a web server, and we could be looking at the index page for that web server. So what we can do is we can try to read this using the nano text editor. So it's nano, and it's going to be index.php. So inside here, we can take a look at the different. There's a bunch of code over here, and at the beginning of the code right here, we see that there is a login field. And what it's looking for, what this login field is looking for, this is PHP code, by the way. It's looking for the username, which is equal to admin, and the password, which is equal to the MD5 hash that is equal to this. So this is the MD5 hash, which means this is not the actual password. This is the MD hash version of this password right here. Okay, so what we can do is we can copy this, and then we can see if we can find a website that can help us crack this password. All right, so we have this username admin, but this password is a hash that is MD5 hashed. So we can go over to a web app. Maybe we can look for MD5 hash online, and so there's actually one particular website I like to use to crack hashes, especially MD5 hashes, which are quite well known, and that website is called crackstation.net. So This is the website right here. It's crackstation.net, and it lets you crack hashes by entering them into this field right here. So we're going to enter the password hash into here, and it's probably going to auto-detect what kind of hash it is when it does the cracking. So in order to activate this free password hash cracker, we're going to click on this button right here to make sure that we're not robots. Okay, it believes us, so we can click on crack hashes. And we see that this hash right here is associated with the password in MD5, QWERTY789. Okay, so this is also a weak password, and that's why this hash was able to be cracked so easily. All right, so we can note that this is the password. We're going to copy it, and then we're going to go over to, I'm going to paste this password somewhere where I can get to it later. Okay. All right, so what's next? So we know that this web page over here, and we have valid credentials, which is admin, and we crack the password over here. We're going to exit out of here, and what we're going to do is we're going to visit the website. So in order to visit the website, we need the IP address again. So I'm just going to grab the IP address right here, and then inside of my Kali Linux web browser, we're going to navigate to that IP address. But we're going to prefix this with HTTP just so the web browser knows that we're trying to navigate to this website. Okay, so after we've arrived at the landing page for the website here, we see this login page. So I strongly suspect that this is going to be the index.php file, rather the web page. So I can confirm this by doing slash over here, and I'm going to add HTTP, and then I'm going to insert index.php. So this will determine whether or not this page is index.php, and it comes back as index.php, which means that this is probably the website that we were looking at in the backups file. So we can log into this website by using the username admin and the password, that password, which was, let me take a look, it was QWERTY789. So let me punch that in, 789, and then we can click on sign in. Okay, so we see here that the landing page over here at this page called dashboard.php is some sort of search engine. It says here that it's a catalog, but we have a search menu over here, and we see a bunch of cars. And what we need to do is we need to determine whether or not this page has any particular web app vulnerabilities associated with it. So what we could do to test for example, SQL injection vulnerability, we would go over here in the search field, and then we would just punch in the single quote, and we see there's an error message after we punched in the single quote over here. It says error unterminated quote string at near line 1, select star from cars where name like something something something. So this right here, it looks a lot like a SQL statement, which means that this website over here communicates with a database, some sort of SQL database, SQL database, and this output right here indicates that this website could be vulnerable to SQL injection. So now that we have this kind of information, we could try to use the SQL map program in order to automate SQL database exploitation. So how would we do that? So first of all, we need to get a regular version of this web page right here. So we would search for test, okay, and it looks like there's nothing associated with test. but all we need to do is we need to grab this URL in order to use SQL map. What we need to do is we need to use the SQL map command. So it's SQL map, and then we need to supply a URL to this file, to SQL map over here. And because this is an authenticated web page, we also need to supply the session cookie. So because we're logged in as the admin, we're not going to be able to access this page unless we supply the cookie that was assigned to us when we logged in as the administrator. So what we need to do is we need to go back to the web page, and then we need to look up what cookie we have. So we can do that by going over to the menu right here and then clicking on More Tools, and then clicking on Web Developer Tools over here. Or we could use the Control-Shift-I keyboard shortcut. So after we do that, we want to go over to the storage tab, and we see that we have got cookies associated with this website right here, which is the one that we're looking at. So PHP sesh ID, this is the name of the cookie. We want to copy this. First of all, we want to copy the name of the cookie. So we're going to copy the name of the cookie, and I'm going to, who is that? Iron Blank. Iron Blank is now HackerFrog. Welcome very much. Welcome to the club, Iron Blank. Okay, so I'm going to copy over that PHP session cookie name, and then we're going to copy over the cookie value. Okay, Iron Blank says thanks. Thank you very much, Iron Blank, for the follow. All right, so I hope are you following along with us? If you want to, you can create an account over at hackthebox.com over here, and you can follow along with this. These are free machines right here. Subic Day, your country name. I live in Canada, so I guess the country name would be Canada. All right, so I'm going to copy the cookie name, the cookie value rather. Okay, and then I'm going to try to use SQL map to automate this SQL injection automation. Okay, so I need to provide the cookie, and the cookie is going to be called PHP sesh ID, and it's going to be equal to the following value. Just let me copy the value. Iron Black says, I have an HDB account, but currently I'm at the academy not doing the machines yet. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, you can, if you wanted to, you could watch this a little bit later, and you could follow along with it then, or you could challenge yourself to just do this on your own. That's either way, it's totally fine. But I appreciate you being here in chat. Your OS, you use VMware or Oracle VirtualBox. I think I've answered this before, Subic Day. I'm using VirtualBox. Okay, so now that we have SQL map and we have the potentially SQL injectable page right over here, and we have our cookie value, then we can run SQL map. So we're going to run SQL map. Okay, it's so this is going to automate a lot of the SQL exploitation over here. So it says it looks like the backend DBMS is PostgreSQL. You want to skip test payload specific for other DBMSs. Okay, so we should probably answer yes. So that's the default answer, yes. And then it asks for the remaining tests, you want to include all tests for PostgreSQL extending provided level 1 and risk 1. Okay, values, we're going to say yes. Okay, so it's going to test a bunch of different SQL injection techniques. So it says get parameter search appears to be PostgreSQL and Boolean based blind, where or having clause cast injectable. get parameter search is PostgreSQL and error-based, where or having clause injectable. So these are all statements that that talk about how this particular database is SQL injectable. So it says here that get parameter search is vulnerable. Do you want to keep testing the others, if any? So we're going to answer no. Okay, so this was able to determine that the backend DBMS is PostgreSQL, and was also able to determine the parameter, which is vulnerable, and what type of SQL injection is available. Okay, so that means we can try to get an interactive shell using SQL injection by using SQL map. So we would do the same command as we did before, only we would use the OS shell injection, the OS shell flag rather, and this flag right here, which is batch. Okay, so after we run this, it says calling Linux OS shell, to quit type X or Q and press enter. Okay, so now we have an interactive shell on the web server, because we were able to get it through using SQL injection. So if we were to ask, who am I? Okay, so Civic asks, use Kali ISO or VirtualBox versions. So we're using the Kali virtual machine distribution for VirtualBox. Okay, so it says we gave the command who am I and received the answer Postgres. So we have remote code execution on this machine. So the shell that is provided by OS command injection in SQL map is not very stable. So that's why we want to create another reverse shell from this point on. So in order to do so, we're going to go over to another tab, and we're going to create a netcat listener on our attack system. Okay, so netcat NLVP 443. So 443 is the port that we're going to be listening on. And NC is netcat. That's the program we're going to be using to create a listener. All right, so we use port 443 because that is less likely to be blocked by any firewall on the web server. So after we create this, the listener is going to be listening for a connection on our port 443, and what we want to do is use a reverse shell command in order to have the web server reach out to our attacking machine on this port right here, 443. All right, Shanatz Robinson just subscribed on YouTube. Thank you very much, Shanatz Robinson. Welcome to the club. Okay, so we're going to go to another terminal right here, another tab rather, and we're going to get our IP address, the IP address for our attacking machine. So the way we do that is with this command right here. It's called ifconfig, and that's going to get you networking information for our current machine. So over here, there are different interfaces. So there are different networking interfaces over here. We have F0, we have low, and we have ton 0. So our connection to hack the box is on ton 0. So we've got an OpenVPN connection over here, and this is currently on this networking interface right here, which is ton 0. So this is our IP address for the hack the box network right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and we're going to be using it in a reverse shell command. So from over here, where we have our SQL map OS command shell, we're going to give the following command. So let me take a look. It's going to be this one right here. It's going to be bash c. So bash c means bash. Execute this command. It's going to be bash I for interactive, and then greater into redirect into ampersand, and then we're going to give a command which is dev TCP, and then our IP address, which we're going to paste in, and then we're going to supply the slash, and then we're going to supply the port number that is open on the attacker machine, which in our case is 443, and then we're going to redirect all of the output into 0 and 1. Okay, so what does this command exactly do? So let's get all of the information. So what's great about tools like ChatGPT is that we could copy this, and then we could ask ChatGPT what this exactly means. So over here, we have here, what is this bash command? And then supply it to ChatGPT and get an answer. So what I'm not exactly sure about is this right here. So 0 into greater than and 1. So this redirects standard input, standard in, to the same place as standard output, which is the TCP connection established earlier. Okay, so if there are little parts of these commands that you want to get more information about, you can always ask ChatGPT. It's usually faster than doing Google searches, but of course, any information you get from ChatGPT could potentially be wrong. So you have to double check if it's something that's really important. Okay, so back to it. So we're going to execute this command right here. And what this should do is it should have the web server reach out to our attacker machine on port 443 and create a reverse shell connection. So it says unable to connect to the target URL, SQL map is going to retry the request. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so let me go over to my reverse shell. Okay, so the reverse shell still worked. So even though we got an error message from SQL map, we still received the reverse shell connection. So we see here that we received a connection from the target machine over here on this port number, from this port number over here, and now we have a connection. So the first thing we want to do after we receive a reverse shell is we want to stabilize the reverse shell. So reverse shells from Netcat are usually not very stable, and they're not super functional. So what we want to do is we want to see if there's Python installed on this web server. So we ask which Python, and we receive no response. We ask which Python 3. So maybe it's called Python 3 on the system. And then we receive a file location. So it seems that Python 3 is installed on this web server. And that means we can use the following command to stabilize our reverse shell connection. So it's going to be Python 3, and then -c for command, and then we're going to import a module, import pty, which is the sudo terminal module, and then we're going to end that command, and then we're going to issue a new command, pty.spawn, and that is a method from the pty module, and we're going to do pty spawn bin bash, because that's the type of shell that we want to establish, and then we're going to end it off with a single quote. So this command is going to stabilize our shell. Okay, I see a message from Haunted Sisa. Hello, sorry to bother you. I want to. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ban you. Okay, so we see that our reverse shell has cut out on us. So that's the unfortunate thing about weak shells like this. is that sometimes they disconnect randomly. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to reestablish our connection. So we're going to go back to, so first of all, we're going to restart our reverse shell over here, and then we're going to go back to our SQL map, and we're going to establish that OS command shell again. Okay, and then we're going to give the command again. What was it? Bash C -I. Oh, you know what? I can just copy and paste it from up here. So this one right here, copy that, paste this, and then go over to the reverse shell, and it's opened again. Okay, so we're going to try to be a little bit faster this time because the shell's not stable and it could close at any time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the web server directory. So inside of Linux web servers, the directory where you can find the web page is usually going to be at var www html. So over at that directory, we see that there is a number of different web pages over here. So we've got the dashboard.php file, there's the index.php file. So we could start looking around here, and because this web server is running both PHP and a SQL database, there's a high probability that we're going to be able to find credentials inside of one of these files. So the dashboard.php page is the one that was connected to the database. So we could try looking in here. So we're going to cat this out, dashboard.php. Okay, so in among this file over here is database credentials. So the database credentials listed here are user equals Postgres. So if you remember from our enumeration earlier, we found out that our user is called Postgres, and the password is equal to this right here. So we're going to copy this password, and we're going to add it to our notes. Okay, and then we're going to go back down, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we are the Postgres user. All right, we are Postgres, and then we're going to make sure that this Postgres user has a shell inside the system, a standard shell. And how we would do that is we would look at the etc password file. So this file over here contains all the users on this system, including any users with shell logins. So we look at this, and we see at the bottom over here, the Postgres user, which is also called the PostgreSQL administrator, has a shell over here called bin bash. So this user probably has SSH login, is able to log in via SSH. What we're going to do is we're going to test that by exiting out of here. Actually, we don't need to exit out of here. We're going to go over to another tab, and we're going to use SSH and Postgres. Let me check the spelling on it one more time. Postgres, okay. And we're going to try logging in using SSH, and we need to grab our IP address for this system really quick. Okay, copy that. So we're going to log in by SSH. It asks us if we want to continue connecting. We answer yes, and then we need to provide the password. Okay, so we copied the password from the web server, but if we wanted to, we could just look over here again. This password right here, highlight that, copy it, then go back to over here where we're logging in and paste that in. Okay, and now we are in. So we have to put on our favorite Hollywood hacker voice and say, we're in, or I'm in, or we are in, we're all in, yes. Okay, we're in anyways. Let's take a look at what's in this directory. So we have the user flag associated with this box, so user.txt. We're going to read that. And it is this value right here. So we're going to copy this and then we're going to keep it in our notes because we're going to be using it later. So I'm going to copy this at the end of my notes. Okay, Agent 57 says hack the planet. Well, what you need to do is you need to put redeem in front of that. So it's redeem, and then item, and then requirements. So go ahead and try that again. Agent 57, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to determine what permissions we have on this system. So we can do that by using the sudo command. So it's going to be sudo -l, and then we have to provide the password. So we have the password. We're going to paste it again. I could have sworn I had the password. Copy that password. Paste in the password. Okay, so here it says that user Postgres may run the following commands on vaccine. So all bin vi, and then you have to run bin vi on this file right over here. Okay, so Agent 57 was having trouble with running the hack the planet command. So it's redeem. So it's exclamation point redeem, and then hack the planet, just like this.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet! Shut up and get it.
So this that command is on a 10-minute cooldown. So in 10 minutes, go ahead and try that again, and then we can play our lovely sound effects. But thank you very much for participating. For taking part, Agent 57. All right, so we can run vi as sudo only if we run it on this file right here. So that's actually very very useful because the vi is a terminal text editor, and those are usually very good vectors for privilege escalation inside of Linux machines. So what we can do is go over to, there's a website that can tell you all about how to use certain commands in Linux to do privilege escalation. And the website is called gtfobins.github.io. So gtfobins is right over here. And what we can do is we can look up the vi command, which is the command that we have access to using sudo. We type in vi, and we see it's right here. So click on that, and then it's going to say that if we can use it to break out of restricted environments by spawning an interactive system shell. So this is how you do it. First you run vi. Let me make this bigger for everybody. So first you run vi, and then you do :set shell equals bin sh, and then you do :shell. So after you get into vi, the first command is going to set this command right here. Shell is going to be equal to this file right here, bin sh. So that's going to open up an interactive terminal when we run this command, it's going to use sh, and then we execute the command by using this second command right here. So let's put this into practice. So we can go over to our terminal over here, and it says that when we run sudo, we can only run sudo with vi if we run it on this file right here. So we're going to edit this file using vi. So we're going to copy this, and then we're going to paste in the command. So we're going to run sudo with vi on this file. So we don't need to provide a password when we run that. And now we're inside of the terminal text editor. So remember that we can break out of this and into another shell by using this right here. So the first command is :set shell equals bin sh. So :shell. Sorry, it was :set shell equals bin sh. And then we do :shell. Okay, so after we input that command, we see that we're in another shell, and because we see the hash over here, that's an indication that we're the root user. So we ask the question, who am I? It says that we are root. Okay, so this is where we play another sound effect. Over here, it's going to be redeem, and I'm root.
What are you?
I'm system root.
Okay. Now that we're root, we can do whatever we want. So whatever we want in the case of Hack the Box machines is reading the root file. So the root file is usually located in the root directory right over here. And we see that there is the root.txt file inside the root directory. So let's read that. And this is the value of the root flag right here. What we're going to do is we're going to copy it and paste it into our notes, because we're going to be using that in just a little bit when we're answering all the questions associated with this box. Okay, so I'm going to put this in my notes, and then what we're going to do is we're going to answer the questions associated with this box in order to finish the exercise. Okay, so back over to the Hack the Box webpage. So question 1, task 1, Apis Carnica, hey, congrats on the root. Hey, thank you very much, Apis Carnica, and welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. All right, so the first question is, besides SSH and HTTP, what error service is hosted on this box? So the first thing we did was we compromised FTP in order to begin our investigation. That is the answer. Question 2. This service can be configured to allow login with any password for a specific username. What is that username? So FTP is infamous for its anonymous login, so the answer is anonymous. Question 3. What is the name of the file downloaded over this service? So if you remember, the file that we downloaded via FTP was called backup.zip, and that is the answer. Task 4. What script comes with the John the Ripper toolset and generates a hash from a password-protected zip archive in a format to allow for cracking attempts? Okay, so we used a specific program in order to rip the hash out of the zip file, and that was called zip2john. sometimes Hack the Box gets a little bit unresponsive, so we need to wait for this requested timeout before we try to submit the answer again. Okay, that was the answer. Question 5. What is the password for the admin user on the website? Okay, so the admin user on the website that we got through cracking the password cracking the hash is Cordy789. Okay. So if anybody has any questions about any of the actions we took to compromise this box, please ask in the chat. So if you have any questions about any of the techniques or any of the commands that we did, feel free to ask the questions in chat. I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible if I can. And if not, I'll try to search around to find an answer for you. Okay, that was correct. Question 6. What option can be passed to SQL map to try to get command execution via the SQL injection? Okay, so this was the flag that we used to get the interactive shell on the web server using SQL map. It is --os shell. So to anybody in chat, if you managed to compromise the machine, please, if you managed to follow along with us and finish the machine, please type in the chat, I am root, with some smiley faces. And if you're on Twitch, you can use the OSFrog emote. Okay, that is the answer. Task 7. What program can the Postgres user run as root using sudo? So when we ran sudo-l after logging in as the Postgres user, it said we were able to use the vi program as sudo, using sudo, which means that that was the vector for privilege escalation on this machine. So that is the answer. And here's a question for everybody in chat. If you know what why this machine is called vaccine, go ahead and type in the chat why you think this machine is called vaccine. Okay, so let's submit that answer. And the answer is correct. All right, so the last two things we need to do is we need to submit the user flag and submit the root flag. So let me copy the value of the user flag and paste it in. Submit that. So tonight is pretty bad for unresponsive Hack the Box, which is unfortunate. But I like to tell myself that this is okay if the website is a little bit unresponsive, because everything that we've done over here is provided by Hack the Box for free, which is something we really appreciate. Okay, so let's submit the answer again. That is the answer. Okay, and now let's submit the root flag. Submit flag. Okay, it says here, vaccine has been pwned. Okay, this means that we have finished the box. Congratulations to us. Okay, everybody, so Apis Karnika asks, lots of people are finishing the seasonal before tomorrow, so there might be more traffic. Apis, it sounds like you are a person that uses Hack the Box a lot more often than I do. Basically, the only thing I've been doing with Hack the Box these days, I've been working through the starting point boxes. So you probably know a lot more than I do about the whole Hack the Box ecosystem. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of traffic on Friday. This is a Friday night over here, and it's probably there are probably a lot of hackers online right now trying to finish off machines whenever it's Friday. So season 5. Unfortunately, I haven't really been taking part in any of these seasonal machines over here, but maybe one of these days I'll really get into it. So everybody, we've got a couple of minutes before we switch into our second topic. But let me introduce something I discovered recently, and that's HackMyVM, hackmyvm.eu. So what hackmyvm.eu is another cybersecurity education platform. But so let me log in here real quick, just to show everybody. Hold on. HackMyVM. Did I not? Oh, you know what? I might have associated this with my Did I not? Okay, hold on. Let me hack my VM. Okay, I'm gonna log in anonymously. Okay, so HackMyVM is another education website, kind of like Hack the Box or Try Hack Me, only that what they do is they provide VMs for you to download. So they don't host the infrastructure on cloud, which means that they don't have to pay horrendous AWS bills. So this is kind of a more indie kind of website. And what you can do is, after you've logged in, you can download any of these virtual machines, and it's kind of like working with Hack the Box. Only you have to download the virtual machine, and you need to start the virtual machine on your own VM network, and do your hacking that way. So in a way, it is kind of more authentic to the old way that cybersecurity students used to study by using sites like VulnHub. So if you know VulnHub, that's an older site. VulnHub. 1857. Yes, it's kind of like VulnHub.
Hack the planet!
Yes.
Hack the planet! Shut up and get it.
Agent 57, thank you very much for redeeming that. Okay, so VulnHub, I think it's vulnhub.com. Yeah, so vulnhub.com is another website where you have a bunch of virtual machines that you can download, and this used to be the most popular way for people to practice hacking before websites like Hack the Box and Try Hack Me became popular. So I used to download virtual machines from VulnHub and do hacking on these targets. But hackmyvm.eu is a similar website, only they keep if you log in, you're able to submit flags and get points. So I am. Oh no, there's no. It's not I am. It's I am. So what else is there? Let me show one more thing about this website. Let me see if I can find my login. So login.
What are you?
I'm system root.
Thank you very much, Agent 57. Okay, so I think... Dang it, did I not? Wait, let me look on my... I'm gonna sign in. I'm just gonna make another account. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to join as the Shy Hat. Wait, the HackerFrogs. So I'm going to join as the HackerFrogs. I'm going to make a password. Hold on. Gonna make my password with my password manager, and I'm going to paste in my password just like this, and then I'm going to sign up. Between 2 and 10 characters long, really? Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna create an account called HackerFrogs, and then I'm going to copy my password again. And I'm going to sign up. Is that still too long? HackerFrog 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so that's 10. Let me copy my password again. So who here has done over the wire bandit before? Because what they have over at Hack My VM is they have war games. So over HVM Labs, they have over here, they've got 3 different war games over here that are very similar to Over the Wire Bandit and other war games like that. So over here, you can click on this link over here, Venus. Let me provide that link in chat. Oh, this website is kind of slow. So if anybody here is from a Spanish-speaking country, an interesting thing about the hackmyvm.eu website is that I think the creators of this website are from Spain, so they've got Spanish translations on this war game. So what we can do is we can log in via SSH at this host on this port. Let me make this nice and big. So Venus hackthebox hackmyvm.eu on port 5000 and the user hacker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my terminal and I'm going to get out of here. So SSH hacker at wait, let me grab that domain again. What was that? Okay, and you all can try logging in as well. So the username is hacker and the port is 5000. And the password has have fun. Okay, so hacker at venus.hackmyvm.eu. Oh, I need to do 5000, port 5000. Okay, yes, and then provide the password, have fun. exclamation point. Okay, so now we're logged in. So for each level, and make this nice and big. For each level, there's going to be a mission.txt and a readme over here. So readme is going to let you know what exactly is going on this level. So the second half of this readme is in Spanish, but the first part is in English. So this is a CTF for beginners who can practice their skills with Linux and CTF, so let's start. Okay, so the home of each user is in pwned user, and you'll find a file called mission.txt, which will contain the mission to complete to get the password for the next user. So just like war games like Bandit CTF from Over the Wire, you use the flag from the previous level to gain access to the next level. Episkar Nicora says, "Ooh, I could use this to get more computer-related Spanish slang." I don't know if they use a lot of slang. Well, I mean, I can't read Spanish. I don't know, but if you can read Spanish, you can probably read this. Unless this is Portuguese, but I can't tell the difference between Spanish and Portuguese. Is this Spanish? I think it's Spanish. Okay, so each one of these missions, or each one of these levels is a mission.txt, and it says user Sophia has saved her password in a hidden file in this folder. Find it and log in as Sophia. All right, so this is asking us to look for a hidden file. So all we need to do is do good old LSLA, and we find the my hidden password file over here. So we can cat that out. And this is the password for the Sophia user. So the Sophia user is the next level. So all we need to do is do su switch user Sophia, and we provide the password. Paste it in. And now we are Sophia. And if we go over to Sophia's home directory, we see there is another mission.txt file. So we can read that. And it says the user Angela has saved her password in a file but does not remember where. She only remembers the file was called whereismypaz.txt. Okay, so this probably means that we just need to use the find program in order to locate the file. So it's just going to be find, and then the entire file system, which is the slash right there, and then we're looking for a name, and it is this name right here. Copy paste, and then we're going to redirect all of the error messages to dev null. And we found the file over in this directory right here. We can read it. And it is this password right here. Okay, so everybody, I just wanted to introduce that to you. I might be doing more. I might be doing some walkthroughs for this particular CTF in the future. But right now we're going to be moving on to our second topic. And for our second topic, we're going to be looking at famous cybersecurity content creators. So first of all, we're going to switch on over. I'm going to turn on the music. Okay, so if the music is too soft, let us know, and we'll try to address that. But what I need to do is I need to change over my overlays. And the name of this segment is going to be called Hack the Culture. Okay, so this is Hack the Culture. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at a lot of different cybersecurity content creators, and we're going to be taking a look at what kind of content they create. We're going to determine how big a content creator they are by looking at cold hard numbers, and we're going to try to have a good time while doing so. So if you know about any, if you know any of these content creators, and you want to comment about anything about the channel, go ahead and do so. If you've got some famous content creators that you really love and you would like us to look up, go ahead and leave those names in the chat as well. But let's get started. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working off of a certain file over here. Let me refresh this. So over at the HackerFrogs GitHub, we have this folder right here called Hack the Culture, and we're going to be going over these cyber content creators in this file. And if you want to take a look, I am providing the link in the chat. So we've got our list of creators over here. It did not format this the way I wanted it to be formatted, but okay, well, we're not really going to be looking at this page too much anyways. We're going to be looking more on Twitch and YouTube. So let me just bring up the file over here in my second monitor. And for the primary monitor, let's go over to youtube.com. The first channel we're going to look at is Network Chuck. That's a really big channel. So Network Chuck is this guy right here. He does really big numbers, and Network Chuck, as indicated over here, does stuff on networking. But as of late, I think for the past couple of years, he's been doing a lot more content on cybersecurity stuff. So let me provide the link to his channel in the chat. So for each one of these users, we're going to be answering a number of different questions. So questions like, what is their channel ID? What's their subscriber size? What is their most viewed video, and stuff like, what is the typical content in their videos, when did they start their channel, who is the target audience, and other fun questions like that. So let's start with Network Chuck over here. I'm going to start editing this file that I have in GitHub. So if you hear me clacking away, that's what I'm doing. So Network Chuck is over at youtube.com, Network Chuck. I'm going to, and what is their subscriber size? So how many subscribers does this channel have? They have quite a few. As we can see, they have 4.03 million. Let me write that down. 4.03 million. So when we're looking at these content creators, we don't want to start any drama. And we don't want to make people feel bad by comparing sizes of content creators, because everybody was a small creator at one time, and just because your favorite channel doesn't have the numbers that Network Chuck has, doesn't mean they're a bad content creator. It just means that Network Chuck has been at this for a really long time. I think he's been running this channel for like 10 years or something. It's been a really long time. Okay, so next question is, what is their most viewed video? So let's find out. So we can go over to videos, and then we can go over to popular, this tab right here. And this video right here has 9 million views. You need to learn virtual machines right now, okay? So we're not going to be watching any of these videos, because that's not the purpose of this exercise right here. But we are going to record this. So this is the title of the video, and this is the, to anybody who wants to watch this, this is the link to the video. And what is their typical content in videos? That's the next question. So if we were to take a look at Network Chuck and look at all of his popular videos, so he's got stuff like how to hack a password, your home router sucks, I bought a DDoS attack on the dark web, don't do this. So he's I would say that this is all hacking related, but I wouldn't say that there's any like particular topic that he's most interested in. So I could just say that his content over here is hacking in general. Okay, next question is, when did they start the channel? So we can click on the oldest tab right here, and we can see that a much younger Network Chuck, he doesn't look like this anymore, and this was uploaded 9 years ago. So you can see that in his first year on YouTube, he only uploaded 3 videos. Interesting. Okay, so 9 years. That's the answer. Okay, and who is their target audience? So if we were to take a look at the popular videos over here, I guess you would say that the target audience is just tech enthusiasts. How do you spell that? And maybe people interested in cybersecurity. I'm not sure about whether or not the audience for Network Chuck is like super technically skilled, or if it's just something that's really aimed at beginners. So I would say that it probably skews towards beginners, and because that's probably going to get them better numbers as far as the audience is concerned. All right, so are they still active? How often do they update? Okay, so how often does Network Chuck update? So it looks like 2 days ago, 9 days ago, 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago. So 1 month, 3 weeks. So it looks like they're uploading once a week. So yes, they're still active, and it looks like they're uploading once a week. Okay, so now that Network Chuck is done, let's move on to the next content creator, and that's going to be, on my list, is going to be David Bombal. So David Bombal over here is another cybersecurity channel, but originally I'm pretty sure David Bombal started off doing a bunch of networking videos as well. So this was another case of moving from networking videos into cybersecurity videos because the audience likes cybersecurity videos more than networking videos. So if we take a look at his size, so David Bombal has 2.54 million. So let me edit David Bombal over here. 2.5 million subscribers. And what is their channel ID? This is the channel ID right here. And the next question is, what is their most viewed video? Let's take a look. So videos popular. So we've got, so over here on this thumbnail, we've got David Bombal with TCM, the Cyber Mentor. And so I'm just going to say that the Cyber Mentor was one of my big inspirations for getting into cybersecurity and hacking. I think it was back in 2019. No. It was early 2020 when I started watching the Cyber Mentor videos and started getting into cybersecurity. But so David Bombal's most popular video over here is the Flipper Zero hottest hacking device at 7.2 million views. So let's click into this. So to anybody who doesn't know, the Flipper Zero is a hardware device that can do all sorts of fun little things. It deals with a lot of Wi-Fi and like radio stuff. Let me copy this YouTube video just in case anybody wanted to watch. And I'm going to copy the name of his most famous video here. Okay, next question is, what is the typical content in his videos? So I would say that David Bombal has a very similar kind of video format to Network Chuck. Although I would say that David Bombal does a lot more. He does a lot more interviews with cybersecurity experts. So I would say that he does cybersecurity content with emphasis on interviews. Okay, next question is, when did they start their channel? So David Bumbal's been around for a long time. He started his channel 15 years ago. That's a long time. Okay, 15 years. And who is their target audience? So the target audience for David Bombal's channel, it used to be hardcore networking people, but it looks like it is a general cybersecurity channel now. If we look at the biggest videos on the channel, it's got stuff like hottest hacking device, Kali Linux on Android, Wi-Fi hacking, card skimming is too easy. So I would say it is cybersecurity, and I think it's general, I guess we would call it general interest cybersecurity. And how often does David Bombal update? So 5 days ago, 12 days ago. So it looks like a weekly schedule. Although, yeah, it's more or less a weekly schedule. Okay, so we'll call this once a week. All right, so let's move on to the next cybersecurity content creator. This one is a favorite of mine, and it is Live Overflow. So this is the channel right here. Okay, so Live Overflow has 884,000 subscribers. And his channel ID is this right here. What is his most viewed video? Let's check that out. So his most popular video is Student Finds Hidden Devices in the College Library. Are they nefarious? Okay, so if anybody wants to watch this video over here, you can watch it at that URL, and I'm going to copy the name of the video. The next question is, what is their typical content in videos? Okay, so the interesting thing about Live Overflow is that his channel, in my opinion, Live Overflow doesn't cater towards a beginner crowd. It's a bit more technical, and it usually focuses on topics that are of interest to this this particular creator this creator in particular. So we've got stuff like live hacking, hacking my Instagram account, XSS on Google Chat, all sorts of good stuff. Okay, so what is his, I guess typical content and target audience can kind of go together. So his typical content is more technical videos and aimed at people in the cybersecurity scene. Okay, that's just my opinion, man. And how long have they been doing this? Okay, so we can take a look at his oldest videos, and the oldest videos are from 9 years ago. 9-year career. Lastly, how often do they update? So Live Overflow, I haven't seen too much from him lately. He is not active anymore. His last upload was 5 months ago. So I'm going to say that he is inactive. Inactive for 5 months. Okay, next content creator is going to be a really big channel, which is John Hammond, cybersecurity. So it's this guy right here. So John Hammond, you can find him at this channel ID right here. And his channel is sitting at 1.69 million. 1.69 million subscribers. And his most famous video is Try Hack Me Basic Penetration Testing. Okay, so this was a collaboration video that he did with Try Hack Me. That's interesting that it's his most viewed video. So if you want to grab, oh, you know what? This video has so many views because people who do the Try Hack Me module that is demonstrated here see his video right along with the. Let me demonstrate. So this video right here is at the Try Hack Me module, which is this right here, tryhackme.com. Let me get rid of this. So we can search for rooms over here. So basic pen testing. This right here. So his video is presented alongside this module right here. So you see that, yeah, the video is right here. So a lot of people have been watching this video because they've been doing this module over at Try Hack Me. Okay, so back to it. Let me grab the URL for this. And if you wanted the URL for this, it is this URL right here. Okay, so let's find out a couple more details about John Hammond's YouTube career. So his oldest video. So John Hammond has been uploading stuff to YouTube since he was a teenager. But and that was 12 years ago. So John Hammond, I would say, was probably like 28 or 30. So if he's been working for 12 years, so he's 30 now. So that would be, so since he was in high school, something like since he was 18 or something. Okay, so 12-year career. And what kind of videos is he making? His most popular videos. So I would say that these videos right here are not particularly geared towards beginners. They're more geared towards people who are already interested in cybersecurity. So I would say that it's geared towards an intermediate cybersecurity crowd. And I think the videos kind of go all over the place. Dev Suthar, hello. Hello to you, and welcome to the stream. Do you have any comments about cybersecurity creators? Do you have a favorite cybersecurity content creator? We're just going over a bunch of them today. So I'd say this is general content, general cybersecurity content. Okay, any other questions we need to answer here? Are they still active? Okay, so I'm pretty sure John Hammond still uploads on a pretty regular basis, so maybe I'd say that he uploads like 2 videos a week. So let me note that. Okay. So next, let's take a look at a more specialized channel, and this channel is called Insider PHP. Insider PhD, rather. And it's this channel right here. So Insider PhD is a smaller cybersecurity channel, but still respectable. They've got 79.5 thousand followers. And let me note that down. So the channel ID is this one right here. And channel ID is, so 79.5K subs. And the next question is, what is their most famous video? All right, so videos over here. We sort by popular, and it's choosing your first bug, choosing your target. For finding your first bug, choosing your target. Okay, so this looks like a series of videos on bug bounty stuff. So let's click into this. And this has quite a few views. Let me copy this just in case anybody wanted to watch. Let me grab this. Next question we want to answer is, how long has their career been on YouTube? So their oldest video was from 8 years ago. Okay, so 8 years. And what kind of content is this? Okay, so this is a more specialized type of content. If you take a look at all the popular videos that she has a lot of videos on bug bounty. So this is all web app security content. Well, it's not all web app security content, but it's mostly web app security content. Dev Suthar, can you talk about yourself? I mean, our work in company as SOC analyst, are you student, and do you have any certification? Because today people, when they come as beginner, so they do CEH cert. Well, myself, I'm a self-taught cybersecurity enthusiast. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert or anything, but I have been studying cybersecurity for the past 4 years. And I previously worked in a role as a web app pen tester for about half a year. I wouldn't say that I'm super experienced in the field, but I have a little bit of background. As far as certifications are concerned, I'm not a person who takes a lot of shows a lot of I don't think that certifications are super important. I myself, I do have the EJPT cert, which is a beginner pen testing cert, and aside from that, I've done a lot of studying on Portswigger Academy, Hack the Box, Try Hack Me, other stuff like that. But yeah, if you're looking for some information about how to get into cybersecurity, go ahead and ask your questions in chat, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. But let's continue on. We're looking at Insider PhD. They do a lot of content on bug bounties. So Insider PhD is bug bounty content and web app security content. And I would say that the people that are watching this channel are not people, it's not super aimed at beginners. I would say it was aimed at more of an intermediate crowd. And let's see how often they upload to YouTube. Okay, so it looks like they do not upload very often. So I would say that this channel is inactive. So this is an inactive channel for 3 months. Okay, let's take a look at another channel. And this next channel is another specialty channel which deals with a specific topic inside of cybersecurity, and that is Lori Wired. So this is Lori Wired's channel, and let me provide the link to this channel. Okay, her channel ID is this, and she has 98.9k subs, 98.9. Okay, so and Lori Wired's most famous video over here is called Computing an Euclidean Algorithm in Raw ARM Assembly. Let me copy the URL. Dev Suthar says, I got a lot of problem in my Windows. I was thinking about removing Windows completely and install Kali or Parrot or Ubuntu permanently in my PC. So if you don't want to use Windows on your machine, what I would suggest is to use a user-friendly distribution of Linux, in which case Ubuntu would be a good choice. Either Ubuntu or Linux Mint would be my suggestions. You definitely don't want to use Kali Linux or Parrot OS as your main system, because those systems are not super useful for getting work done. Well, they're very useful for getting security work done, but they're not super useful for day-to-day computer tasks. So my vote is Ubuntu or Linux Mint. But if you want to use Kali Linux or Parrot OS, those two versions of Linux are definitely better suited to VM environments. Okay, so that's her most famous video right there. Next, we should answer how long her channel has been going on. So, Lori Wired, videos, and then oldest. So her oldest video is from a year. This is a super new channel. So this channel has only been going on for about a year. So let's note that down. 1 year old channel. And how often does Lori Wired update? 6 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, 2 months ago. So it looks like maybe 2 updates a month. So 2 times a month. Okay, and what is her content? So if we look at Lori Wired's video titles over here, they're talking about coding, they're talking about ARM assembly, they're talking about reverse engineering. So what this person's content is all about low-level programming and reverse engineering and so low-level programming and reverse engineering. So this is definitely not something that that beginners would really understand. So it has to be a low-level / reverse engineering enthusiast crowd. Okay, so that was Lori Wired's channel. Next, we're going to take a look at the next channel, which is Mad Hat, cybersecurity. Okay, so Mad Hat. Dev Suthar asks, do you have a LinkedIn account? Yes, I do have a LinkedIn account. Unfortunately, I don't share my LinkedIn account on stream. If you want, you can contact me on Reddit. We have a HackerFrogs Reddit channel, and it's located right over here. You can find me on the HackerFrogs Reddit over here, and feel free to send me a private message, and we can talk more from there. But let's get back to it. So the Mad Hat channel is right over here. And the Mad Hat channel has 82.2K subs, and they do, their most popular video is this one right here, cybersecurity certificate tier list. Okay, so here's so Dev Suthar, I think you might like this video right here. Go ahead and take a look if you like. This is the most popular video from the Mad Hat channel right here. This is from about a year ago. Okay, so let's take a look at how old this channel is. So Mad Hat has been uploading for about a year. So this is another super new channel. So 1 year old. And let's see how often Mad Hat updates his channel. So 1 month ago, 1 month ago, 3 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So this is I would say that this channel updates like once every 3 or 4 weeks. 3 to 4 week, once every 3 to 4 week update schedule. And who is the, let's see what kind of videos these are. So cybersecurity certificate tier list, how I would learn cybersecurity. So I would say that this is getting into cybersecurity content. Aimed at beginners. All right, next let's take a look at another channel. And this one is NahamSec. So NahamSec is a very popular channel in the web app security space. So his channel is over here, and he has 133K subs. Let's take a look at what his most famous video is. So this one is live recon and automation on Shopify's bug bounty program. Okay. Okay, the next question would be, how old is this channel? Okay, so how long has NahamSec been in business? The oldest video is 10 years ago. Okay, so this is a pretty mature channel. And let's take a look at what kind of videos this person creates. So this is all bug bounty stuff. So bug bounty, bug bounty, bug bounty, this is all bug bounty. Okay. So bug bounty content. I guess this, I wouldn't say that the stuff on this channel is for beginners. It's more of an intermediate audience. Okay, and let's see how often the channel updates. So 4 days ago, 9 days ago, 11. Ooh, this is pretty quick. So let's say twice a week or 3 times a week. Let's say 3 times a week. Okay, so next let's cover another well-known channel, which is IPSec. So IPSec is probably the king of Hack the Box walkthroughs. So IPSec does a lot of walkthroughs on all of these Hack the Box retired machines. So let's so this is the channel right here. And IPSec has 242K subs. And their most famous video is Introduction to Tmux. That is very surprising. But I guess a lot of people like Tmux. Okay, so introduction to TMUX, IPSEC. IPSEC is... what is this? I have no idea what this is. I think this is some sort of hacking competition. Okay, but the channel is 7 years old. And how often are we updating? So 6, 13, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once a week. So this is a once a week schedule. Weekly schedule. And what are what's the subjects of these videos? Dev Suthar says AI can be dangerous. I have 0% knowledge of malware dev, but I was yeah, that was crazy. I'm not too sure. Could you reword that that sentence? Okay, so what IPSEC does is IPSEC does a lot of walkthroughs for Hack the Box retired machines over here. That's basically all he does. Well, not all, but most of this content is all Hack the Box stuff. So this is Hack the Box retired machines. And it's aimed at CTF players of all levels. Okay. And we noted that it was a weekly schedule, and we can move on to the next creator. So I don't know if we're going to be able to make it through the entire list, but I'll certainly try. So the next is we're taking a look at malware tech. So malware tech is Marcus Hutchins. And Marcus Hutchins is famously the security researcher who stopped the WannaCry worm. So malware tech is also really big on Twitter. So if you want to take a look at this person's channel, it is right here. And they have 97.5K subs. And their most famous video is Log4j RCE vulnerability explained. Okay, so let me copy this. So next, let's take a look at how old this channel is, rather. So the oldest video on the channel is 9 years old. Hard disk firmware hacking, MBR spoofing. So 9 years, huh? Okay. Let's note that down. And how often, so malware tech recently quit his job and has announced that he's going to be doing a lot more YouTube. So we can expect that they're going to be uploading a lot more in the next little while, but if I would say that these are, for right now, these are very sporadic updates. You can see one from 5 days ago and from 4 weeks ago. So let's just say they're sporadic updates. So the thing about malware tech videos is that he does not do videos that are really aimed at beginners. So if you take a look at the popular videos here, there's RC, there's an exploit RCE vulnerability to the log4j. This is very famous. Reacting to Mr. Robot. First look at Yidra. So this person does a lot of reverse engineering stuff. So we could say that reverse engineering content, and I guess there are some other videos that are more geared towards beginners, but I wouldn't say that this stuff is stuff that that beginners would really understand too much. So I would say that it's aimed at a more of an intermediate audience. Okay, so next let's take a look at another web app security person, which is Tiberius. Which is this channel right here. So Tiberius actually doesn't, his content is mostly on Twitch and on live stream and much. So you do have videos on here on his YouTube, but he's much less of a YouTube content creator. But let's take a look. Regardless, he's got 15K subs. And the most famous video here is getting into cybersecurity with NahamSec. Okay, so that was, no, the most popular one is Try Hack the Advent of Cyber 3. Okay, okay. So this is another video that is attached to a Try Hack Me module. So let's take a look. Okay, so I think Tiberius has been working on this channel for a while. We can see that the oldest video over here is from 4 years ago. Okay. And let's take a look at the update schedule. So the updates were not super consistent. Well, I would say bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks. Once every 2 weeks. Okay, and what kind of content is this? So it seems to be a lot more interviews. So there's some interviews now, but I think, yeah, historically they haven't been interviews. So it's a lot of walkthrough videos. So I would say there's a lot of Try Hack Me walkthrough videos. But lately, there have been more interviews. Okay, so I think next we can talk about somebody who does a lot more network security stuff, which is Alhazred. Cybersecurity, Alhazred. So I'm not sure if this person has a YouTube channel or not. Let's check Twitch. Let's search for... The problem is I never know how to spell this person's name. Let me... Is this it? Okay, yeah, it's this channel right here. Let's see if this person... Let's see if there is a YouTube channel. Alhazred, we're hacking live! We're hacking live. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Let's see if there's a YouTube associated with this. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, there is a channel, and there is... I've never seen this, I've never seen Alhazred's YouTube channel. So all there is here is, yeah, stuff with, so Hack the Box, there's Hack the Box stuff, and there's Try Hack Me stuff. Okay. So let me note this down. So Alhazred is this channel right here. And we have 11.7K. And the channel's most popular video is probably going to be, oh wow, okay, there's a how to pass the OSCP exam. Huh, I'm really surprised. But this is from 3 years ago. Okay. I'm really surprised that this is the most popular video on his channel, but I guess there are a lot of people looking to pass that OSCP exam. We're hacking live. Let me ask you, who is your favorite cybersecurity creator? Whose channel, whose videos are you watching on a regular basis? Is it something like Tiberius or John Hammond or somebody else? Live Overflow, maybe? Oh, Live Overflow is from your country, isn't he? Live Overflow is from Germany, and you're also German, if I remember correctly. But I might not be remembering correctly. And Germany, yes, okay. Guten Tag. I don't know what good evening is, but it's probably morning where you are, so Guten Morgen. Epis Karnaka says, Alhazred is awesome. Well, I mean, I actually don't get to see his streams very often. I'm not too sure when he streams. But, so his oldest video is from 3 years ago. Okay. Let me... 3-year career. And how often does he upload? I don't think he uploads very often to YouTube. So 4 months ago, 6 months ago, I could say that this is an inactive channel. But the Twitch is active. Let me look at Alhazred's Twitch. And Alhazred was something... I'm gonna say that he goes online maybe a couple times a month. So maybe live stream 2 times a month. Okay, so let's do a really big channel now. We're looking at the Cyber Mentor, and that is over at TCM Security. So I used to be a really big fan of the Cyber Mentor. Well, I mean, I'm still a really big fan of the Cyber Mentor, but the Cyber Mentor got me into cybersecurity. So that's why I'm a big fan. And they've got 257K, 258K, 758K. And what is their most famous video? Ethical hacking in 12 hours, full course. This is a big video. Yeah, 12 hours. Okay. If anybody wants to watch this 12-hour video, you can watch it at this URL right here. We are not watching any videos on this stream because that is not the goal of this exercise. Al normally streams 3 times a week, but has much to do at the moment. Yeah, I mean, he's got a full-time pen testing job. Is he doing full-time pen testing, or did he start his own company? I don't quite remember. Yes to the full-time pen testing job. But TCM Security updates quite often. Okay, so 2 weeks. So maybe twice a week. 2 times a week schedule. And what kind of audience is this aimed toward? So TCM Security stuff is all aimed at beginners, to cybersecurity beginner content. Cybersecurity beginners, and I think that's that kind of sums it up. General cybersecurity stuff. Oh, and how old is this channel? So TCM oldest videos are from 5 years ago. We're hacking live. As far as I know, he works for Rapid7. Ooh, Rapid7. That is quite a prestigious job. They make stuff like Metasploit, and they maintain the exploit database. But let me see if I can find the video that I started learning cybersecurity with the Cyber Mentor. It was probably one of the lives, but he was live on Twitch, and it was what is the name of that box? Vulnhub. It was a Vulnhub machine. What is the name of that Vulnhub machine? Which, oh man, I'm gonna be really mad because I can't remember the name of this Vulnhub machine. It was a Vulnhub machine, and it and you had to escalate your privileges with a kernel hack, and the kernel hack was called open fuck. So let me Google that real quick. Okay, Vulnhub and kernel exploit. That's not how you spell kernel. Kernel exploit open fuck. Kyoptrix. This was it. Kyoptrix. Dev Suthar, Apis Karnika says Mubix is dope too. Mubix, is Mubix like, does he have a YouTube channel? Is he like super active? Dev Suthar asks, are you live on both YouTube and Twitch? I am live on both YouTube and Twitch, so you can watch on whatever platform you like. So Kioptrix, let me see if I can find Kioptrix on his channel. And if you've solved Kioptrix before yourself, go ahead and type in the chat, because I have some really great memories of learning how to hack by following along with TCM's video, which would probably be this one right here from 5 years ago. Yeah, that makes sense. So I watched this video right here, and this was my introduction to cybersecurity. Okay, so that is it for the Cyber Mentor. Let me look up Mubix. Let me see if he's on YouTube. Mubix. Probably not Mubix. This is Mubix. This is Mubix right here. But does he have his own channel? Maybe, maybe not. But let's move on to the next. So we've got a couple more channels to go. We've got Jim Browning, which is all about the scam, the anti-scam kind of side of cybersecurity. Jim Browning. And if you wanted to take a look at Jim Browning's channel, it is right here. Jim Browning is a 4.3 million subscriber channel. Jeez. And Jim's most successful video is this one right here, which is calling scammers by their real names. 44 million views. Okay. And if you wanted to watch that, it is right here. Calling scammers by their real names. Super popular video. And what is their content? Their content is more for a general audience. So you don't necessarily need to have a lot of cybersecurity experience in order to enjoy these videos. The popular videos are calling scammers by their real names, spying on the scammers, destroying a call center, pranking scammers. Okay. So this is anti-scam content. I don't like this music track. Let me skip. So I would say that this is more of a general audience kind of channel. And let's see how long this channel has been in business. It's been about 10 years. Okay, and their update schedule. Two weeks ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 6 months ago. So this is I want to say like once a month. Okay, and the last channel we're going to cover is Kit Boga, which has a similar kind of content to Jim Browning. And And Kitboga is also a very popular channel right here, as you can see. .47 million subs. And their most popular video. Scammers wanted $3,000. They watched me spend it all. So 20 million views from 4 years ago. That is a fun screen to pause on, but let me get off of that. Okay, so how old is this channel? The channel is 6 years old. And so we can see that the channel content over here is all baiting scammers, scammer baiting. And it's more of a general audience kind of channel, which explains why it has so many subscribers. So it's all about doing bad things to scammers. Yep. Okay. So how often are we uploading here?
You are now rocking with digital sis.
So 5 days ago. Oh, there's the Stellar J. So this is a lovely blue jay relative, which lives on the west coast of Canada. And if you want to take a look at some Stellar Jays, let me Google those really quick. Stellar. So these are the Stellar Jays. They are relatives of crows and of blue jays, and they love eating peanuts. And they have an awesome haircut, and that's why they look super awesome. Okay, so back to Kitboga. So he uploaded 5 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago, so maybe twice a month. So once every 2 weeks. So bi-weekly schedule. Okay, so Gerald Auger. Yeah. Simply Cyber. I also watch Friday. IT Sec News. Okay. Gerald Auger. Yeah. I forgot about that channel. Let me add those channels to the list. Gerald Auger. Simply Cyber. Yeah, right. Let me. So this, I'll do this one for the last one. So this is Gerald Auger, also known as Simply Cyber. I have seen a few videos from this channel as well. So let me add this to the list. Simply Cyber. And they have 157K subs. And their most famous video over here. Does Gerald Auger, does he stream live? So it looks like they do live streams. They do a lot of live streams. Okay, well, this is something I can start watching then. Thank you thank you very much. We're Hacking Live for letting me know that that this channel does frequent live streams. I can start watching this now. Thank you very much. Dankeschön. Okay, so just for fun, let me redeem this one, which is Hack the Planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet! Shut up again!
Okay, so let's take a look at videos. So their most popular video is achieve data security using this amazing tool. Okay. Very good web hacking streamer. Oh, is Gerald Auger a web app hacking specialty channel? Okay, so how often are we uploading? Sorry, I mean how old is this channel? The channel is this over here is a northern flicker woodpecker. It is another very beautiful bird. So this bird right over here, they have a mustache. So they have either a black mustache or a red mustache, and they also have very long tongues for eating ants. They like to eat ants off of trees, and they also love to raid ant hills. So they're one of my favorite birds. All right, so this is a 4-year channel. 4 years old. And what kind of videos do they make? So achieve data security, OSINT tools, entry levels, cybersecurity jobs, SOC analyst. So this is getting into cyber kind of channel. So this is a getting into cyber and cybersecurity newbies kind of channel. Although I wouldn't say that's all they do. Oh, they've got SOC analyst content. Let me note this down. Okay. And how often are we updating over here? So we're updating 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. So once a week. Weekly upload schedule. Alright, so we've been going on for quite a while, but thank you very much. Oh, the I'm root is not going to redeem because it's
What are you?
Oh, it did redeem.
I'm system root.
But yeah, thank you very much for Dev Suthar for redeeming the videos. It's they're fun little things that we like to pop up every once in a while. Let's take a look at who might be online for the cybersecurity streamers. InfoStreakStreams.com. So this is a list of all the InfoStreak streamers that are on Twitch and YouTube. Currently, DJ Chateau is on. If you don't mind, I'd like to send you on over to that channel. Hold on, let me grab the So please participate in the raid and tell them that the Shy Hat sent you. DJ Chateau. Thank you very much to everybody who came by and chatted with us. We're Hacking Live and Apis Karnika and Dev Suthar. It was a pleasure having you in my audience, and hopefully you can join us next time. On Monday, we're going to be starting a new course. This is going to be web app hacking for beginners, and if you want to take a look at what the course entails, you can take a look at this link right here on the Reddit. It's going to be running from July 8th until August 26th every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be learning all about web app security from a beginner's point of view. We're going to be starting with the NATA CTF and then moving on into stuff like what is the SQL language, how to do SQL injection, and then finally we're going to be learning how to use the Burp Suite tool, which is essential for learning other web app security techniques. But we're going to raid DJ Chateau. Please tell them that you came from the Shy Hats channel, and we will see you next time.